Happy New Year! So this is our New Year's Day practice, which I'm sure is going to be great any other time as well. But it's going to be a decent sized practice and with a lot of twists. So we're going to burn it up and twist it out so we can be nice and fresh, lots of spaciousness for the new year moving ahead. Yes, so I'm hoping to have this be an all levels class. I'm going to offer modifications and show, use blocks so that you can see and kind of gauge for yourself and make the practice your own. So if you need blocks, grab blocks. You need a strap, and otherwise we're going to start standing at our mat. And just go ahead and bring your awareness to your feet for a moment and root down, spread the toes. Maybe put a little bend in the knee, draw that energy up. Make your spine a little bit longer. And you can either have the feet under the hips apart a little bit or feet together. Now take a deep breath in through your nose. And out through your nose. And go ahead and start the Ujjayi breath here, which is just a little constriction as you breathe in the back of the throat. And you keep that constriction as you exhale through your nose. And when your mind starts to wander, just go ahead and bring it back to the breath. Bring it back to that sound. Hands at heart center. Press your palms together. And here's a great time to set an intention for the year. Anything you want. And then go ahead and release your hands down. And then from here, if your feet are together, go ahead and separate them some. So that they're more under your hips. Bend the knees a little bit. And let's start with some shoulder rolls with one side. And the other way. And switch. Rolling the shoulder backwards. Little circles. And forwards. Just warming up. Now let's roll the arms. Circle your right arm, big circles. And switch. And switch sides. And reverse directions. And let's bring that into our hips now. A little circle through the hips. And reverse. And take it down into your knees now. Circling through the knees. And what I also didn't mention in our little intro here is we are going to be moving in a circle around the mat. So doing a mandala. So hopefully that will be fun. All right. Now from here, we're going to ring it out now. And you'll bring our hands to our shoulders. Roll the shoulders up and down onto your back. Nice and tall through the spine here, a little bend in the knees, and we're gonna twist, the head included. Engaging the core, breathing, and we're gonna do this for a little while here. Start to build the energy, work the core. You can always go slower, very controlled. You pick the pace that works for you. Just stay engaged and all is well. If you want to make it harder, you can raise the arms up overhead. A little while longer. Keep breathing. Get rid of that stuff. Oh, let's leave negativity in the year behind us. There'll always be more, but we don't need to carry anything over with us. Whew, burn it up. All right, start to slow it down. Drop the arms. Come back to neutral. Take a deep breath in and out. And let's come to stand at the top of our mat. Root down through your feet. Inhale your arms high overhead. Press the palms together. Bend the knees as you forward fold. Hands in prayer through heart all the way over. Inhale, halfway look up. And then exhale, step back into plank. To pause in plank. Pull the navel in and up. Press down firmly through your hands, lifting out of your shoulders. So you're just hanging. You're strongly engaged. Always lower the knees if you need to. Breathe in. And then exhale. Lift those shoulders up. Elbows in. Lower all the way down. From here, go ahead and clasp the hands behind the back or have palms up. However. And from here, inhale, roll those shoulders up and onto your back. Once more. Lift the toes. Breathe. One more breath in. Lower. Inhale. Press on all fours. From here, toes curled under, wrists under shoulders. Press down through your toes and your hands. Lift your knees off the floor. Start to shift your hips back towards your feet. And then from here, lift those hips high using your legs. And drop the head. Your hands press down and away from one another. And from down dog, we're going to do a little twist. So either stay in down dog, take a break in child's pose, or you may need to shorten your stance here a little bit, but reach your right hand through and around to the outside of your left ankle. And look under your left armpit. And breathe. And switch. So come back, find your neutral position here, And then switch. We're going to take the left hand to the outside edge of the right foot. Re-square through the hips and shoulders. And then look under the right armpit. And breathe. And come back to downward dog. And then here, we're going to do the step through. So you may want to be up on blocks. So go ahead, raise your left leg high. You're going to have your hips squared, so don't be opening. Really trying to keep your hips squared to the floor here. And we're going to inhale, come up on the ball of the back foot. And then knee into navel, start to shift forward. And step down. The back foot's going to come at an angle. We're going to inhale into warrior one. So my front foot, my front leg, thigh is rolling out. Go ahead and clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest up. And then exhale, come forward. You can't come forward anymore. Go ahead and jump ahead. Or maybe just stay on blocks. And inhale back into warrior one. And then we're going to open toes to long edge of the mat. Inhale, hands to hips, fold over. You can use blocks here too. Just take them along with you because we're going to be turning to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift, chin, look up, and exhale, fold. And then inhale, halfway look up. And go ahead and plant your hand under your face. Bring your right hand around to your low back. Roll your shoulder, heart open. Reach up. And breathe. And release. Bring your right hand now into your face. Press down firmly. Bring your left hand to your low back and then roll that shoulder, heart open. Maybe lift the arm up and breathe. And release. Hands to hips. Come on up. You're going to pivot that back foot in an angle again. And right toes point. Now we're looking at the back edge of our mat. Bend that front knee. Inhale the arms up, warrior one, with the right leg in front. Go ahead and clasp the hands behind the low back. Inhale, lift that heart up. And exhale, come forward, forward, forward. We can't come forward anymore. Go ahead and drop the head down towards the inside of the right foot. Or just stay high on blocks. Try to keep your hips the same. So if you're standing, so still keep them squared. Breathe. Inhale, come back up into warrior one. And then exhale, hands come down around the front foot. And you can use blocks here if you need to. Otherwise, come into plank. Lift those shoulders up. Exhale, lower. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Or instead of upward dog, let's do baby cobra. And exhale, press back into downward dog. And if you use the blocks for the step through before, go ahead and use them again. And breathing. Now, raise the left leg to the sky, keeping the hips squared. Breathe in. And then come up on the ball of the back foot. Bring that knee and the navel. Shift, step through. You can always do a higher setting for that step through. So drop that back foot at an angle and inhale, cartwheel your arms up and reach them out and away from you. Bend down into that front leg. Warrior two, left leg in front. Inhale, squeeze the legs together, creating a little bit of a lift. Just play with some engagement here. Exhale, press away, reach the hands away. Inhale, squeeze, lift. Exhale, press away. And then just hold for a moment. Front thighs rolling out. Reverse warrior. So either take your hand down the back leg or reach around for your front thigh. And up and over. Breathe. And then exhale, come up. We're gonna maybe shorten your stance if you need to. Have your blocks handy if you need them. We're gonna go in a triangle. Out, out, out. The left hand out over the front leg. And then dropping my hand on the block, on the shin, the outside of the foot. Hand to hip. And I'm gonna roll my heart open. Raise that right hand to the sky. And breathe. Maybe keep a little bend in that front knee to really help keep your legs, the muscles in your legs engaged. And then inhale back into warrior two. And here we're gonna shift the toes in, bring those heels in, squat down for goddess pose. Inhale again, squeezing those legs together. And exhale, pressing them away. Well, let's bring our hands onto our thighs and do a little twist through the upper body here. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Come through center, inhale, twist to the left. And just with your breath, do a few rounds. Inhale, lifting, exhale, twisting. Inhale, lifting, twisting. Come back to center, squeeze, lift up, hands in prayer. Breathe. And now shift, open those arms. We're coming into warrior two now. Right leg in front, the front of our mat. Look out over those right fingertips. And again, that same squeezing in the legs on the inhale and exhale, pressing them away. And we're going to reverse our warrior. So either reach down the back leg and up and over, or reach around and grab hold of your front thigh. Press down through that hand to help give you a little more length through that side body as you reach back. Breathe. And then come up. You may need to shorten your stance some. You may need to grab for your block. We're going into triangle, right foot in front. Inhale, reach, 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 reach out over that front foot. Keeping the legs active. And either come down on the block, on the floor, or your shin. Wherever, press down. Roll that heart open. Lift that hand to the sky. Maybe look up and breathe. Even though you're pressing down firmly, you don't want to be just dumping your weight and hanging here. You want to be able to lift off if you can, but you also want to use this for leverage to help open your heart. And then exhale. Come down, hands around your front foot. Inhale into plank. And then with control, either drop the knees, lower all the way down, elbows hug into our center. And from here, we're gonna do a little shoulder opener. Take a moment. That was our first circle around the mat. We're gonna do one more. And before, I'm gonna reach my right, like a T here. And I'm gonna just slowly start to roll to the right over this shoulder here. And it might feel quite sensational, and maybe just rolling a little bit into it is all that you need to feel quite a lot. Or continue to roll open, maybe even reach for that hand. And you'll be feeling it here a lot, as well as the top arm. Breathe. Come back to your belly. Make your T again here. And hand active. Pressing down into the floor, that left hand. And then just wherever you need to work it. Great shoulder opener. Continue to roll open and maybe reach that top hand to meet the left. And breathe. And roll back onto your belly. Press back onto all fours. Pressing down through the hands, engaging the toes. Lift those knees. Engage your core. Press back. Press those hips back towards your heels, and then lift that booty to the sky. Press firmly through the hands, down and away, and drop the head. Lastly, you can work towards straight legs. It's not necessary. And raise that right leg high to the sky, keeping those hips squared. Maybe you need the blocks for this step through. Otherwise, lift on the ball of the back foot. Lift up through the core. Come forward. Step that foot between your hands. And here we're going to come into high lunge. And find some balance here as we're going to prepare for a twist. So hands in prayer. And here, if you need to drop the knee, drop the knee. Inhale, left hand to the sky. And then begin to twist towards the outside of your right thigh to hook that thigh. Make a fist, that bottom hand, the top hand on top of it. So you can press down to help open your chest. And maybe straighten that back leg once more. Otherwise, just leave it down, that's fine. Breathing. And then release. Come back into that lunge, hands on either side. And we're going to prepare to skandasana, but I'll be turning away from you, so face. Inhale. And then exhale. You can come down either low or stay high. And we're just gonna shift side to side. So we're starting here. You can have your hands in prayer. You can have them on the floor. Whatever you do to challenge yourself, but love yourself, so that you're having a good time. All right, inhale, halfway look up through middle. And we're gonna shift to the back of our mat once more. Inhale, high lunge with that left leg in front. And then here you can drop the back knee as we prepare for this twist. Inhale your right hand high to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale slowly, turning to the left, hooking over that left thigh. Make a fist with your left hand. Right hand, place your left hand on top of it so you can press down to help open your chest more. And then if you feeling good here, you could try to straighten that back leg. Breathing. You can always do prayer if you're more into that too. And then come undone. Back into lunge, back into plank. So you can either go straight into downward dog, take a break in child's pose, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, pressing back into downward dog. Breathing. And from here, right leg high to the sky. Once more, hips are squared. And exhale, use the blocks if you need to. Lift up, come through, low lunge. And then from here, shift to the center. We're gonna come into a skandasana on the right side here. So you can stay up higher and work it, or you can come down, or you can reach around and open up. You can even reach around your leg and around for a little bind. So many options. Just pick one that you feel good about. And breathe. If you come into a bind, go ahead and release and lift up. Inhale, shift to the other side. Be high if you need to. Maybe reach that left hand, arm out in front of the left shin, and then pressing my shoulder back into my knee, kind of getting some leverage here, and then opening. You can stay here or reach around your back, grab your hand for a bind, hands are clasped, and then roll open. Breathing. And release that bind. Inhale, come up to shift around to lunge the front of your mat once more. Into plank. Spread the knees, toes touch. Press those hips back towards your heels. And come into child's pose. And breathing. Excellent work. We went around the circle twice. Really twisted it out. Burned it up. We are ready for this new year. Good. Shift on up onto all fours. And then from here, we're going to draw our right knee behind our right wrist. And come down into pigeon. And so here, hang on. Okay. So if this is a lot, and then a block right here can help. I'm just staying up on fingertips. Otherwise, go ahead and come down. If you know you're open in the hips and you want more of an angle at the front, go for that. That's fine. Inhale, lift your heart. Squeeze those legs together so they're still active. Maybe so much that you could lift your hands off. And then exhale, come forward. And breathing. You do want these hips to stay square. So we're rolling out to one side or the other. Just breathe into your sensations. And if you'd like to try a little variation here in this pigeon, Go ahead and we're gonna come up some and twist to the right. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Prayer, roll that heart open. You just keep coming until you kind of fall, and then maybe reach around for a little shoulder opener. Maybe kick that back foot in towards your bum and reach for it. So you get a little bit of a thigh stretch as well. And breathe. Begin to come undone. Square yourself back around your front leg. And then inhale. Lift up. And then go ahead now and fall off to the right, bringing that left leg around to the outside of your right thigh. Sit evenly here and tall. And twist, reach your left hand behind you. Inhale your right hand to the sky and twist around that left knee, hooking it and then opening. Maybe looking over your left shoulder. Breathing length. And exhale, twist. And come back, twist off the other direction, little counter. Come back. And then from here, I'm coming into pigeon on the opposite side. So you can come onto all fours and just draw this left knee behind your left wrist. And then scoot back those right toes and just come into your expression of pigeon. And if you want a more right angle, because you're more open, then go for it. Inhale, lift up, squeeze those legs together so you could lift off if you needed to. If you need to put a block under that left hip to help so that you can breathe into the sensations without it being so extreme, please do so. Otherwise, go ahead and start to come forward. Keeping the hips squared. And breathing. If you like to try the variation here, then we're going to inhale, come up, and twist, bringing our right elbow just outside of our left knee here, making a prayer so that we can roll our heart open. Maybe just dropping the head. Maybe doing a shoulder opener. Or kicking that back foot in. And breathing. Release and come back around to center. And inhale, lift up, get long. And exhale, fall off to the left. Draw that right leg around and to the outside of your left thigh. Get comfy, sit evenly. Inhale, get tall. And exhale, right hand behind you. Inhale, left hand to the sky. And then exhale, hook it and twist. Look over that right shoulder. And breathe. And come back to center and then twist off the opposite way. And then inhale, back up. We're gonna do a little wide-legged forward fold here. So extend your legs out. Right feet, either flex, point, floint. I'm a fan of the floint, but do whatever makes you happy. Just keep them active and pointed up. I'm just rolling anyway. And then the heels are pressing down firmly, a little bend in my knee, and they're like kind of drawing into my center to activate my hamstrings, to just keep my legs very active, to build strength. Inhale, lift. And this may be good. This may be good. Or maybe a block out in front. Just breathe. And from here, inhale, come back up. And then twist over one leg and fold. And breathe. Keep the spine long. You can do that by keeping the chin lifted. Keep the legs active, keep the feet active. And then we're gonna come through the center, staying low, come around to the other side, and breathe once more. Now let's make our way once more over. And maybe you can drop the elbow with forearm in the inside here. If not, stay up, that's cool. Or, use your blocks. And we're gonna do a little twist here. So we're gonna wave, circle this left arm around and open. You can either reach for the foot or mainly just be turning your chest open. So I'm using my elbow, I'm kind of digging in and then opening. And then maintain that, and then you can come over and reach for this. We're gonna switch, stay low still, come through center, forearm on the inside of this left leg, and press them into one another so I can start to roll my chest before I've even really done anything with my arms, and then a little swoosh. And breathing. Come back through center. Take a moment to notice if you got any extra length here. And then come up slowly. And putting your hands behind your knees, lean back, bend those knees to come out, gently, gently. And then we're going to prepare to lay down. And from here, we're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet to touch, press them together once more. Give them a good squeeze. And then just take a moment to relax. Breathe. Deep breaths into your belly, feel it expand. And exhale. More deep belly breath. And exhale. You want to bring your knees up and as wide, your feet as wide as the mat. And we're just going to windshield wiper knees off one way. You can cactus the arms and then the other way. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up. And go ahead and stop on the left side and just pause and breathe here. If you want to bring your left foot over your right knee, go for it. Otherwise, just rest in the more passive twist. Inhale, knees up. Pause at center. Readjust if you need to. And then let the knees drop to the right. Pause here. If you'd like to bring that right foot on top of the left knee. Oop. And then come back up. And we're going to draw the feet up. Grab the outside edges and then draw your knees down towards the outside edge of your torso. Happy baby. Roll around if that feels good. If you want, you can also kick the legs up and over into a plow. Just for a moment, or just stay in happy baby. And breathe. And draw the knees in. Draw yourself into a little ball. Squeeze all your muscles tight. Hold your breath. And when you can't hold any longer, can't hold your breath anymore, release, let go. The legs fall open, palms turn up, shoulders gently roll under. That's the classic position, but you can do anything that you want to make yourself more comfortable. You can have your knees knocked in, pillow under your knees, and you can sit up. Whatever you do, just pick a position. I will sit and hold space. Try to make it as comfy as possible. And relax. Integrate your practice. And I will be here in a few moments to guide you out. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. You roll to your right side and take a moment, breathe in deep. And just ask if you push yourself up to a seated position and take a moment in a comfortable seat, spine tall. And you just take a moment to reflect back on your intention for the new year. Hands to your heart center. Happy New Year. I hope it's a good one. I hope we have lots of practices together. Namaste.